guys, my name is Craig with the Salonic team of Long and Foster, and I am here to talk to you a little bit about the buyer's estimated closing cost. So I want to give you an idea of the upfront money that it costs to get into a house, and then moving forward on a monthly basis, how much it would cost. One thing that I love to do, especially with first-time home buyers, is to get them comfortable with the numbers right up front. Most of them have a little anxiety. They think that the costs are more than what they actually are, and then also that their monthly mortgage is going to be something that is a scary number. In most cases, with the loans that are available out there, you can get into a home for less than it costs to get into a rental. And then moving forward, your monthly payments would be less than your monthly rent. You also have the tax advantages of owning a home. So the interest that you pay, which in the beginning stages of a loan is most of your monthly payment, can be written off to help with the bigger tax return. So I'm going to be going over this one-page sheet. And this is a sheet that I like to give to my buyers right up front whenever we schedule a showing, so that way going into the home, they have an idea of how much it's going to cost them, and then, like I said, on a monthly basis, how much it would cost them for their mortgage. The best thing to do is we are going to be putting a link on here. Click the link and follow along. It's a PDF form, one page, pretty easy to follow through. But getting started, this property, 1116 Marvine Street in Bethlehem, is a property that we have listed for sale. And in this particular example, the buyer is going to be using an FHA loan, which is a great program. It only requires 3.5% down. So a lot of people have a misconception that you need 20% to get into a home, and that is definitely not the case. So following along here, we picked a settlement date of 4/8. So very typical, a 30-day settlement period that you have to do your due diligence. And during that time, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be doing inspections. So you're going to have a professional come through the property. You will pay for this. And depending upon which inspection you choose to do, it'll determine how much that costs. But it's usually about $450 to $700. I always recommend my clients to have a home inspection, because this will give you an idea of things that need to be repaired right away, and then also things that you need to look at moving forward. Gives you the ability to go back to the seller and say, hey, during the home inspection, it looks like we had an issue with the roof, and you can get a credit towards getting that roof repaired so that you don't have to take on that cost as soon as you move into the home. The next step would be an appraisal, and these are things that I'll highlight on this one-page sheet. But the appraisal is something that is required by the lender, and it basically guarantees that you are not paying a penny more than what that home is worth. So in going through this, I'm going to skip down to the bottom here where it says transaction summary, and these costs here are a combination of everything above. So the first thing, obviously, we said that the purchase price will be $130. In today's market, things are moving fast. You need to make strong offers. So this particular person is coming in a full price offer. And then to skip down a little bit, they are asking for a seller's assist of 6%. So with the FHA type program, you can actually get help towards your upfront cost from the seller, up to 6%. So this person is getting a 6% seller's assist, which comes out to $7,800, and that is taken directly out of the amount of money you need up front. So it's a big help. You also have your earnest money deposit. So when you put in your offer, you're going to put down, in this particular case, it was $2,500. And basically, this just shows the seller that you're serious, that money, you're putting that money down right up front. You have some skin in the game. So definitely, it shows, like I said, that you're serious about purchasing the home. And then skipping back up here, your closing cost. Now you can see that at the top half of the page, it breaks down all your closing costs. Just to highlight a couple things here, the transfer tax. This is something that is split between the buyer and seller. In most places in Pennsylvania, it's 2%. If you get into Philadelphia, it's 4%, and that's split right down the middle, and it is literally 1% of the purchase price. You also have your homeowner's insurance, which your lender is going to require. Definitely something you want regardless. Your home inspection, which I highlighted, that's going to be about $450 to $700. And then you also have a broker fee, and this is something that every brokerage charges for their help in getting you from point A to point B, and then for their services that they provide during that time, transferring the title, things along those lines. You also have the escrows. So basically, this is going to be where your taxes come into play. They're going to be prorated. So the seller is paid for the year. If they've lived there for 6 months, they are entitled to get the 6 months that now you are going to be living there back. So you owe that back to them. So that will be part of your closing costs. And then you also have down here where is it? The mortgage insurance. This is basically something that you pay up until you get to 20% equity in the house. And then at that point, you can make a phone call and have that removed, and it'll reduce your monthly premium accordingly. The one thing that I always like to point out that everyone is interested in is how much is this going to cost me moving forward on a monthly basis. And you can see in this particular case, it says the estimated monthly payment with everything included, your mortgage insurance, your homeowner's insurance, your taxes, principal and interest on the loan, you're at $1,097. And this is for a 3-bedroom, 1.5 single detached home. You're paying $1,097. In most cases, if you're looking for that type of home for rent, you're going to be around $1,300 to $1,400. So great investment here. And that pretty much sums up the estimated closing cost. This is a sheet that can be sent to you for every property. You can adjust these numbers accordingly. If that 1097 is a little bit higher, then we can figure out, we can play with these numbers and get that number to where you're comfortable with. Definitely a great thing to ask your realtor for. Thanks, guys.